Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Hearthstone Saviors of Uldum reveal season is at full swing and we got 7 new cards again today. And these are just not 7 any cards, but we have the new Priest Legendary minion and we have the new Warrior quest. So let's check them out. First, the Priest Legendary minion, and this card is serious business. High Priest Amet, a 4-mana 2/7. Whenever you summon a minion, set its health equal to this minion's. Okay, so convenient 7 health, which means that if you're intrigued about memeing, you can try to meme a little with Star Aligner and this one. A little bit difficult to combine because Amet costs 4 and Star Aligner costs 7, so that's a total of 11. But if you're not about memeing and you're about serious business, then Amet, Powered Shield, Divine Spirit, Amet will now have 36 health, Stone Tusk Boar, 36 health, Topsy Turvy, 36 attack Stone Tusk Boar, boom, dead. 10 mana OTK. Alternatively, you can also send 2 28 damage Stone Tusk Boars to the face if you skip the Powered Shield and add another Boar and another Topsy Turvy. So yeah, OTK is back on the menu, boys. No setup, no preconditions, just pure power. Add in a pair of silences if there are too many taunt minions and you're good to go. Not every card is as good as Amet, of course. We also got the Generous Mummy, a 3-mana 5/4 with Reborn. Your opponent's cards cost 1 less. So if you want to give your opponent a Sorcerer's Apprentice that also works on minions and that's sticky and cannot be easily gotten rid of, then play Generous Mummy in your deck. In other words, don't play Generous Mummy in your deck. However, if you're a Priest player, you might consider playing the Grand Mummy in your deck. A 2-mana 1/2 Reborn and Death Rattle give a random friendly minion +1/+1. So the first time it dies, something else gets +1/+1, it gets reborn as a 1/1, and when that 1/1 dies, something else gets +1/+1 again. This is an interesting piece. For some kind of zoo-style priest deck, and I have built some of those priest decks before, they are actually somewhat viable, and in the right conditions can even climb the ladder. When this card was revealed, Blizzard also clarified about the Reborn and Death Rattle, so all Death Rattle effects are handled first, and after that all the Reborn effects will be handled. So when Grand Mummy dies, it cannot buff the Reborn Grand Mummy. The buff whiffs if there are no targets before the Reborn Grand Mummy is summoned on the board. And after that, back to the meme category with the Sunstruck Henchman. A 4-mana 6/5. At the start of your turn, this has 50% chance to fall asleep. And falling asleep means the same as summoning sickness. It cannot attack. We have not yet received clarification on how silence works with this. So can you silence away the sleep? Can you attack on the same turn then? In the reveal video we saw a piece of the animation, and the animation was the same as a newly summoned minion. And of course you cannot silence them to be able to attack, so I'm working with the assumption that this cannot be silenced to attack either if it's asleep. And if that's the case, the card is completely useless. You cannot play it in Silence Priest. If you can silence away the sleep and then it can attack, then this could potentially be a Silence Priest card. Did you know that Warrior didn't have enough removal yet? Well, I didn't know that myself either. But Plague of Wrath, a 5-mana warrior spell, destroy all damaged minions. We have had similar effects before. We had King Mosh back in the day, we had Sleep with the Fishies, heart removal and damage to damaged minions, and Plague of Wrath continues that same vein. Whirlwind, Plague of Wrath, Warpath, Plague of Wrath, some Warclears. But the really scary combo is Dr. Boom Mad Genius, because Dr. Boom's hero powers, the one that deals 1 damage AoE will do all opponent's minions, and the one that summons 3 1/1s with Rush, so that you can damage selected minions. Those work extremely well with Plague of Wrath. So Warrior really has an abundance of hard removal at the moment, and they have to pick and choose on what to use. In the late game, Plague of Wrath with Dr. Boom is potentially even better than Brawl in many cases. But Brawl can be played without any preconditions for 5 mana, so Overall, I think Brawl still looks better, but it kind of starts to depend on the meta. Warrior just has so many removal tools. I don't even know what Warrior is going to do with all this removal. But all in all, the card is solid. Then a neutral legendary card, Colossus of the Moon. A 10 mana 10/10 with Divine Shield and Reborn. So you have to kill this, and then you have to kill the 10/1 that also has Divine Shield again. That's a lot of killing to do. Obviously, a 10 mana card doesn't do anything immediately, you cannot put this in just about any deck really. But this might see play in some kind of big paladin, for example, with duel. Summon it from the deck, making it fight. It's always going to win the fight. It has Divine Shield too, so that's pretty solid. Shaman with Eureka, maybe you're trying to think of ways to cheat this out really. And of course the best way to cheat this out is to actually just play a Sea Giant and play Conjurer's Calling on that Sea Giant and then roll a Colossus of the Moon. Really sweet buff to Cyclone Mage. And finally, the new Warrior Legendary quest. Hack the System. A 1 mana spell like all quests are, it starts in your opening hand. Quest, attack 5 times with your hero and reward is Unruffed Score. And Unruffed Score is 2 mana hero power to summon a 4/3 golem. After your hero attacks, refresh this. So who needs minions anyway? Why not just use weapons? This is again support for a more aggressive style of warrior that we have not seen recently. That run pretty heavy weapon package. I could imagine running Hack the System on 1, then you probably want to run even Woodcutter's Axe in the deck. Some rush minions, you play Axe on 2, hit with that, you play Rush minion on 3, you hit with your Axe again, you buff the Rush minion, that sort of opener. Then if you find Sultraze at some point, then either Sultraze can be used to get the quest condition completed, or you swing with Sultraze multiple times in a turn, and after every swing you press your hero power button for 2 mana to summon another 4/3 golem. With the current warrior weapon pool, you'd probably put in Wrench Caliber, you'd probably put in some bomb synergies as well. The main question about this card is, okay, this card looks fine, it's an interesting card, it clearly promotes this sort of aggressive weapon-based warrior deck that we haven't seen before. And the hero power is relatively powerful, just an endless stream of minions, often 2 per turn. But is that any better than the current control bomb warriors? That's the big question. But at the very least we got something new to tinker with when building warrior decks. That was all for today, 7 new cards, some pretty good ones too. And we're closing in on the halfway point of the set, still so many cards left. And I will of course be reviewing them as they come. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.